So I bought a 100-year-old house. 110 actually, built in 1912. It's 2022 now, so it has its challenges. It's pretty good shape up here in Seattle, but there's a few things we need to address. So let's take a look at those things. Let's take a little walk around, see what's going on, and see some of the things that we're going to have to do and get an idea of how we're going to make this house and turn it into a place where me and my family are going to really enjoy living. First couple of big projects are all down here in the basement. There's about four things that need to happen down here to start off. First off, we got these heating ducts behind me. Those are all taped up with asbestos tape. That's fun stuff, gives you lung cancer if it gets caught into your lungs. Not a good time. So we need to get some people in here to pull that out. Next thing we got is wires everywhere. A lot of it's old knob and tube stuff. So that needs to come out, get it all back up into conduit, settled nicely and safe and up to code. That's number two. Third thing we got to do down here in the basement that we can see is the plumbing. And actually let's head over here. So all the plumbing is old galvanized pipe stuff. Not all of it, I should say. We've got this here that goes up to the kitchen. So that's nice PVC pipe there. But what we need to look at mainly, is get out that old galvanized pipe, get it replaced with that PVC or this nice copper, modernize it that way. The main thing though is what's standing behind me. The sewer stack here is rotting out. So that PVC pipeline that we saw going back from the kitchen comes in here, joins up here, runs down here. I've got some plumber's putty on it right now so you can't see it, but there's about, I don't know, half inch wide and 1.5 inch tall chunk of this sewer stack pipe that just sort of fell out. I knew it was leaking when I bought the house, but I didn't know it was quite in that bad condition. So the plumber's putty is in here to make the kitchen usable and just make it so that we can take it all out. The upstairs bathroom also comes in through this pipe up here behind me, so all that is coming through this system. Luckily, the ground floor bathroom is over here, and it's not, so we have a bathroom we can use without waste dropping through here, because it just comes along this pipe and drops straight down in. It doesn't go through this little join over here, this T, so that's nice. And then the last thing that we really need to look into are these support beams behind me. So we're probably not going to be able to see, but the original support beam here has some extra supports near it here, also behind me, that brown wood, but that beam needs to be probably replaced or at least fixed up. It's got problems. It's rotting a little bit on the sides where it's sitting on the concrete. So we need just to get the support system here for the kitchen above me right now. We need to get that shored up and settled in. So there's all that downstairs work that we're going to do. Let's head upstairs to the top floor and take a look at what we're going to do there to make it livable. So in order to move in, we need to get the upstairs, the bedroom set up. After we do that, we kind of get the ground floor done as need be, starting with the kitchen and the bathroom, that sort of thing. So the first thing that has to happen up here, besides pulling out all the little various wires and screws and other things that are floating around, is we need to knock down all of this plaster and lath. So you can see here, there's some nice old wallpaper, period wallpaper, I guess you would call it. But the main thing we want to do is what we got over here. You can see we've taken down some of that plaster and lath behind me. And that's what we're working with here. We're going to take all that down, put up some nice drywall to insulate it, get some insulation on the outside, because after tearing down the plaster we discovered that the house is completely uninsulated. So that's a lot of fun. So we need to get it insulated too, so in the winter you know, we can live up here, it'll feel better, and we're not going to freeze while we sleep. Yeah, you can see here some of this electrical, right? A lot of this electrical here is running in conduits all outside the walls. It's not the most terrible thing, but it'd be better to get it back there inside the walls so we didn't have all these boxes and things protruding. We'll take care of that. We can move the electrical inside the walls and get everything nice and tidied up. All right, so that's the main stuff we're looking at in the house. The first couple bits we've got to do, the lath and plaster, taking down those things, that's something that we can do on our own. Not too hard to do the demolition there of that and the bathroom and other stuff, and we'll get some specialists in to take care of the asbestos and to redo the electrical and plumbing. I've done electrical work, I can do some more, but that's kind of an extensive job, and the fuse box needs to be replaced and all that sort of stuff. So we'll get that done, and next time we see you, we'll probably have like a little more of an interesting single project that we can show you, so you can follow along and see how things are going. Take care.